Hello everyone. Good morning. So I see a lot of candidates joining. So we will be starting sharp at 11 o'clock. It is just 5 minutes more. So what I request is everyone to be prepared with their notebooks or notepad and a pen or a paper, and make sure we note down all the important points that will be discussed in this webinar so that it is useful for you when you start referring it or when you need it. So please call your friends and family members who are looking in for a career transition and want to secure a job in IT, but as a non-programmer. So let everyone and anyone who's looking for this opportunity be a part of this webinar. So we will be starting in another 5 minutes. Thank you. Yeah, Amar, Abhinay has joined.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello. Yeah, Amar.
Yeah, we'll start.
So it is already 11 o'clock, and as per the time, we will be starting at 11. So, hi guys, my name is Siraj, and I'm the senior manager of one of the vertical under ExcelR, which is ECAP. ECAP is ExcelR's career assurance program, which falls under the umbrella EDL. EDL is everyday learning, where we provide free of cost training, and it is basically focused on providing free of cost training to all the faculties and the students of any fraternity. All right. So I again welcome you all for this webinar, the webinar on zero programming and getting an IT job. Basically, it is getting an IT job or securing an IT job for opportunities that are available in the market and people who want to join IT job as a non-programmer. So this activity, this webinar has been presented to you by ExcelR, which was founded in 2014, and we have grown as a pioneer in the edtech segment, where we provide amazing level of courses and you name it and we have it, that kind of courses that we have. So we were founded by alumni of IIMs and ISB. And like I told you, we were founded in 2014, and right from 2014 till date, we have come up or risen as a pioneer in the tech segment. So we have our offices, and we are located in Hyderabad, Mumbai, Bangalore, and Pune. And very soon we are starting at other locations as well. So, coming to the training segment, we have trained approximately more than 240,000 students across India. And the training is focused on all the graduates, be it of any segment, as well as people who have completed their graduation, are currently looking in for a career transition. So we have association with almost many and all engineering as well as graduation colleges. So for now, we are tied up and have association with more than 750 colleges across India. When it comes to the training part, we deliver training in DA, that is data analyst, data science, business analyst, digital marketing, which are well-known courses and very famous courses in the market right now. Apart from this, we also train for specialization in project management. Then we have cloud computing, AWS. Apart from this, we also train for skill development or the programming part when it comes to core Java, Python, Excel, and so on. So when it comes to the training part, we have all working professionals who are there with us onboarded, so that all the knowledge that has been provided or that will be provided to each and every student onboarded with us is actually practical knowledge that we provide, so that the projects that we cover, the assignments that we cover during the training session are much more inclined towards the industry standard, so that you develop your mindset according to what exactly will be needed when it comes to placement. So talking about placements, we have around 2,700 plus companies onboarded, and we have a dedicated segment called as the placement cell. We take care of each and every placement for each and every candidate that is onboarded, and we are happy to announce that we give 100% unlimited job interview call guarantee to all the student, each and every student that is onboarded or that has joined with us for their career upliftment. All right. So it is not only about the training part, that is technical training or providing the much needed industry standard, industry level, industry required courses. We also prepare you to how to prepare yourself or appear for the interview. All right. So for that, we also have very special segments called as resume building sessions, LinkedIn profiling sessions, and like I mentioned that most of our students are freshers, so they will definitely have to go in through the apti segment as a first round for any job they apply. So we also train our students for aptitude, which will cover verbal ability, logical reasoning, quant. All right. Apart from this, we will also have one segment where we train you for GD, for the PI. And we also have very dedicated segment and a very special segment called as the TPIP. The abbreviation goes TPIP, which means technical presentation and interview preparation. So whenever you opt for a technical interview or whenever you are there in the technical interview, definitely the question that will be asked will be technical itself. So we train you for the technical presentation. Apart from this, we make you prepare for the interview. All right. So that is CPIP. So this is all what ExcelR, and definitely we are growing and we are incorporating more and more changes and more and more value added segment wherein because we are giving 100% job interview call guarantee to each and every student that we have, because we have 2,700 plus companies which is there to shoot each and every student intellect. So we will be having a lot of students, and we definitely have a lot of students who match different segments. So we have onboarded mid cap, large cap, and small cap, so that each and every student gets ample amount of opportunity and are placed in good companies. And I am happy to say that for data science also, which is one of the prominent segments, we have placed a candidate who has been offered 13.89 LPA package. All right. So this is the depending on your intellect and your capabilities, you can crack a 13 or a 15 lakh LPA, or on an average you can go in for a 3 on a 4. So depending on your intellect, depending on your grasping power, we have companies to suit your requirements. All right. So this is what I wanted to brief you about XLR, what we are, how we do, and what we do. So for the current webinar, that is webinar on zero programming IT job, a segment where IT job opportunities are seek, or we go hunt for IT job opportunities for non-programming segment. We have with us a trainer, Abhinay Ariva Arivasdhan, who has 3 years or 3+ years of experience, who has been training all students and corporate for technical segments related to corporates. And it is specifically related to Java, Python, SQL, and etc. Like other technologies he's in training. Apart from this, he has also worked as a developer in various IT firms. All right. So Abhinay, are you there?
Yeah, hi sir, good morning.
Yeah. Hi,
Or
Abhinay. Your voice is too low.
hello, can you hear me now?
Hello.
Hello.
So, Amar, is it from my side or?
No, no, same with me. Actually, it's too low.
Wait, 1 second. Hello.
Yes, Abhinay.
Yeah, fine, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. So, Abhinay, I hand over the session to you, and I'm very much confident that the knowledge that you will be giving to our students and to our participants will be the best of the best knowledge that they will have as an input, which will be helpful for them to seek an opportunity as a non-programmer in the IT sector.
Yeah, yes, sir. Definitely, I will take this session and sure, what are all the things I know, I will share to your
Yes,
students.
definitely. Abhinay, over to you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So, good morning to everyone. So, my name is Abhinaya Arivarhan, and I'm worked as a developer and now working as a trainer, technical trainer, and I'll be handling Java and Python, as I said, sir said earlier. So, Java and Python and front end technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React framework. Then, in the database part, I'll be handling MySQL, all these things. I'll be handling for the past around 2 to 2.5 years. And till now, I have handled around 300 plus students. So I'm very much pleasure to guide you all in the career part. So this webinar is regarding about, I hope you all know that it is a IT job opportunities for the non-programmers. So what I'll do is I will start share my screen and so I hope my screen is visible, right, for everyone.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah, okay, fine. Thank you. So, okay, so I have narrated my experiences. So, we'll get into next thing. So, today, what are all the things we are going to see is about? So, we'll give the introduction about what are all the expectations in uh, for the IT sectors and what are all the opportunities available in the IT sector with the zero programming knowledge. And for that particular designation, what are the skills required, and we'll discuss something about your queries and as well as Um, I will give some guidance about how to access the job portals and how to apply for a job. Then we'll sign off this session. So nowadays, everyone are very interested to moving to the IT part, IT sector, because nowadays the technology is well versed and it is increasing day by day. So everyone is seeking for that. So even non-programmers, non-IT people also very much interested to move to the IT sector by learning the programming part, right? So programming means we have a lot of languages, but for that we have to spend a lot of time, at least around 6 months to 1 year. So hardly it will take, because I am also handling the programming part, because I am working as a technical trainer. So obviously it takes minimum, it will take 6 months. So but for some of the people, they will be lagging in the programming skills, right? So maybe from their nature or from their college itself, they'll be lacking in that programming part. So some people will hesitate to move on to the programming part. So how can we, are we eligible to do this? So like that they will having a lot of hesitations. But for those kind of people, I am very much pleasure and guide that for that I mean the programming, lack of programming skills for that particular people, there is a non-coding jobs is also available in the IT sector. So is it interesting, right? So with nowadays everyone, so most of the people think, so if we know the coding, we can work on the IT sector. But without knowing, without the programming or coding, how can the people can work in IT sector? Like that, everyone will. That is a question. But there is a non-coding jobs is also available, and the companies is also ready to pay and retain their employees. So what they need is, no, they need the talented people. That's it. So you will learn a lot of things, like even I'll be learning. I have learned a lot of programming skills. So the people will look only the talents, how much they are capable to handle all those things, and did they capable to study or learn and update their skills. Only they will look their talents. So if you have the talent, you can also survive in the IT industry. So not everyone can code, right? Because even I too don't know, when I was doing my postgraduate or undergraduate, I didn't know anything, a single word in coding. So during my college days, what I'll do is I simply just mug up all the things and just write it on the paper. L- But once when it comes to the career part, then only I started thinking, like this 3 years or 4 years, 4 years, what we did. So we learned and we have grasped something and we have scored the marks, but it doesn't help me to get a job. Then why what I'm doing, what I did this much days? So even I had lot of questions. Then I have learned a lot of practices, and then I did lot of internships to improve my coding skills and improve my logical thinking. But some people are ready to do this, but some people will still have some hesitations to do this, because we have to spend the time, we have to spend the money, all these things. But uh, finally what they will get, that is the question mark, right? So nowadays, billions of peoples or millions of peoples find an employment in the IT sector with the help of only the coding skills. But I am telling that you don't need any coding. If you zero in the coding part, you can get an IT job. But what you have to do is, you have such thirst, and you have some logical thinking, all these things. So if you had all these things, surely you can get a job without any coding part. So fine, we'll get into the what are all the opportunities available in the IT sector. So I will list some of the things. You can note it down, and if and I will give the skills also. Right? So I have this kind of skills. So I'm okay with this. So what, if you think if that is okay for you, you can then Google it and You can, if you want to learn more about that, you can learn and then you can try for it. So what I'll do is I will show what are all the things or what are the opportunities for the non-programmers, but you have to choose your career. Okay. I'm very much pleasure to guide this. Even in my free time also, I'll guide for the postgraduate or school higher secondary people. After completion of the higher secondary, they need to join in the college, right? So they have to. So I am very much pleasure to share this. So fine. Once again, sir, is my screen is visible?
Yes, your screen is visible, but not in full mode. It's in presentation mode. Can you please make it a presentation mode?
Okay, once again. Now is it fine?
Yeah, now is it fine?
Okay, fine. Okay. So the first thing is data analyst. So for this, you no need any coding part. This is one of the best job in the IT sector. So, so what the data analyst will do is you have to analyze all the things or analyze all the data, and you have to increase the company or organization revenues, and you have to increase the profit for the specific organizations, and you have to resolve all the issues related to the customers, so like that. So for example, what the data analyst will do is, suppose assume that I am having a textile shop. So right, so in every region there is one famous textile shop, obviously it will be there. So per day, at least around 3,000 to 4,000 people will get walk into that textile shop, and at least around 2,000 or 2,500 people will get purchased. So for that 2,000 people, they will get their information, right? So your name, your mobile number, your address, your date of birth, all the things, they will get all your data, and they will store. And some textile shop or some jewelry shops, what they'll do is, for the particular for example, if today is your birthday, means they will send a text message like happy birthday from this textile shop. So this is all the datas you will be getting, and you have to analyze. So for example, I hand over all the data to you. Assume that you are a data analyst. I have handed over all the data till from the July 1 to July 31st, and you have to analyze uh, from under different categories, like what they have preferred and which type of clothing, or which type of or under which price category. So all these things you have to analyze. So I have handed over all the data, but you have to analyze, and from that you have to do some improvements, like okay, this much of people like this kind of category, and this much of people liked this kind of category. So you have to analyze all the things, and you have to submit like a report to your organization. So this is your responsibilities as a data analyst. So you have to maintain the databases, and if you found any corrupted or data, uh, you have to resolve that issues, and you have to extract from the original data. For example, I need to provide I need I would like to offer to my customers, like if they purchased about 2,000 or 5,000, I need to provide them some offers. So you have to extract the details from the original resources. So you using some specific tools you have to do, and you have to submit as a report. This is the work of the data analyst. So is there any coding is there for this to analyze all this all the data? No, right? So just you have to think a logical wise. That's it. So this is very much one of the very good job in the IT sector also, as a to work as a data analyst. And for this, what are the skills you need is you have to have some knowledge in the statistics part, because you have to submit as a report, right? You have to analyze from various categories under some filtrations. So, and you need to know the statistics and econometrics, and as well as to analyze all these things, you have some tool knowledge. So instead of using Excel sheet, that is nowadays there is a tools are available like Power BI, Tableau, like that. Some of the automation tools are also there. So you need, only you have to do is you just need to understand how the tool is working. So you have to upload all your data to that tool and you have to extract. So the tool is how the tool is working for that. So only that things you need to do. So instead of understanding the logic for coding, and you have to prepare and you have to think logic for every time. So this is much and very good, right? So you have just the tool. The tool is going to do all the works, but what you have to do is you just need to analyze how the tool is working. Is it working fine or not, and whether this tool is providing a perfect result or not. That the thing you have to do. So for that, as I said earlier, you need have the knowledge of Tableau and Power BI. These are all the nowadays the upgraded tools in the big data part. So nowadays, some of the companies has started using this Power BI, Tal and Tableau, Data Studio, Hadoop, or some of the platforms they have started using. So because of emerging technologies of cloud computing, all the things. Okay. And some mathematical skills, because you need to analyze, right? So you have to filter it out and you have to analyze according to their different criteria. So only the skills need is you have to think in a some logical or some normal things. You have to work in a different ways. This is all the skills you needed for the data analyst. Okay. So next one, Scrum Master. So it is also a very easy to use. So even I too don't know about this Scrum Master. When I was worked as a developer, I came to know that. So about this Scrum Master. So what they will do is they will not. They don't have much work. So they have to communicate. For example, you are a Scrum Master means you have to communicate with your team members, and you have to uh, make them to do all the works. And what are all the responsibilities means you have to conduct the daily stand-up meetings. So daily stand-up means, so for example, if the organization is starting at morning 9 a.m. and ending at evening 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m., you have to conduct a meeting at the day start at the end of the day. So you have to note down what are all the tasks they have to do. At morning, you have to note what you have to do is you have to get the details from your team members, what they are going to do today. And at the end of the day, did they completed that work or not? So you have to note it down all the things. So you have to conduct that daily stand-up by with the help of the Scrum Master tool. It is also one of the tool only. And you have to increase the productivity of the team, because you are noting down, right? So what they are doing and did they complete it. So this is also a tool related work. So your company head, like team leader or project manager or company CEO will also see this, because if they completed work on the time only, the company production or the organization will the productivity will get increased, right? So you have to, what your responsibility is like, first you need to know how it is working, and you have to conduct the meeting and you have to follow them and you have to start communicating with them. So suppose if they face any issue, for example, today I'm going to do this work. So morning standard, I will update this. But at the end of the day, if I didn't complete mean, you have to ask the reason and you have to analyze whether it is acceptable or not. So like that and all you have to do. So you have to interact more with the team members. Then only you can analyze how the work is going or not, whether it will get completed. Everything you can able to analyze. So for this, What are all the skills needed means you have to conduct the meeting every time, because for example, in your organization a new project has assigned, but that project should be completed within 15 days to 20 days. So if that didn't complete within that particular time, obviously there is a black mark to your organization from the client side. So it should not happen. So you have to conduct a meeting why there is a delay. So what happened? So it is whether we can resolve it or not, and you have to talk with the team people and review all the things. And moreover, there is a teamwork will work. So if there is a teamwork and if there is a bond or there is a comfortable will get only, the team will do all the work and your coaching. So you need to tell them to do complete their task within today, or else you will be the questionable one to your higher authority. So you have to communicate with your skills. So you have to communicate a lot instead of scolding people every time. You have to talk in a polite manner. So this is also another one is best job in IT sector is a Scrum Master. Okay, fine. So next one is IT Business Analyst. So the data analyst is different, and it is also same like IT business analyst. Moreover, the same, but it is related to the data analyst will related to different thing, but it is only related to your IT sector. So what you have to do is so we have a requirement and we have to complete that. So you need to analyze. For this, you are going to analyze with the data. But for this, you don't need any coding knowledge. So you have to what you have to do is so you have to increase your company productivity and services, and you have to, if there is any problem, you have to provide the solutions for your organization to improve their growth. So if you provide some solution, parallelly you will also grow your team members or your company employee, other employees will also grow, right? Or else if the company keep on going for a loss, that is what your role. So there is no purpose, right? So they have hired you as a business analyst, but you didn't provide any solution means. So it is waste, right? So you have to analyze in depth with the help of the data. And you are participating in the company budgeting, and you have to plan for their upcoming projects. And so from that project, did we get any profit or will it work for our organization? So all these things you have to analyze in depth and you have to submit the report. So analyst means you will be analyzing the data, what they are providing you. And from that, you have to increase your productivity or increase their, for example, I'm having a product or service based organization. So if my services has been used by many peoples, then only my organization or my organization name will reach to more people, right? Uh, so uh, so your task, what you have to do is you have to analyze the strategies. So to reach what I have to do to reach this service about this. So for example, I'm having uh, television or washing machine. So this is a new product. So I have launched, but it should reach more people. So what I have to do, I have to implement some new strategies. So you have to think in that way. So instead of coding part, so you have to think differently. That is the uh, normal people will think in one way, but excellent people will think in a different way, right? So you have to think in a different way. Okay. So yeah, the skills you need is you have to communicate because you need to analyze, right? So for analyze, you have to talk with more people in real time, and you have to you have to analyze analytical and critical thinking you need, because you have analyzed the data. So for analyzation, so from the data you had to think differently. So how can we split this or split all those data, and you have to think in a critical way. and negotiation skills, and knowledge of database and SQL. So queries, database is nothing but it is a query. So instead of coding, you can work. It is a single line. The database queries also, because all the data are going to save in a database. So from the database, you have to fetch, and only then only you can analyze, right? So for that, you need some knowledge in the query part. So these are all the skills needed for the IT business analyst. So even analysts have different kind of requirements will get, because if it is an IT company, the requirement is different. Then if it is a different non-IT, then their requirement is different. So you have to understand the requirement first, and then you have to submit the report to your concerned person, and they will work out, they will implement the strategies. So whether it will work it or not, or all these things the people will do. So to analyze all these things, so you have to communicate with lot of people every day. So communication is one more important thing. So you have to speak a lot. Suppose even if you have some hesitation to talk, just improve your communication skill day by day. So there is no, you should not hesitate those things. So because if you don't communicate with the people properly, then the company will automatically fire you. So without any hesitation, they will fire you and they will hire some other people. So you have to communicate. Your communication skill must be a strong. Then only you can share your ideas strongly to the other people. Fine. Next one is testing, QA tester. So previously, when I was working, manual testing has been used. Even in my project, there is a testing team will be there, but they will test as a manually with the help of Excel sheet or with the any SQL queries they will do. But nowadays, even for testing also there is an automation tool. Now Chat GPT has came, right? So like that, testing also we have a different tool called automation for every programming languages. They will have different automation tools. So what the testers will do is, you have to test the data or test the any product which was developed from their developer. So for example, I am a developer. I have developed any mobile application or any web application, means you have to test all the things, whether the issue is there, any issue has found, or whether it will work perfectly, even if it is come into the market, or if the product has been launched, whether it is useful to all the users. So you have to test with different kind of inputs. So you have to check whether it is a quality product or not. Before post release, you have to conduct all kind of testing like black box testing, white box testing, and you have to test manually with different kind of data. But the product should accept all the data and it work perfectly. It should not show any error. Sorry, it couldn't use. So if you found like any kind of this kind of bug, you have to report that error and bug to the development teams. Then they should resolve that bugs, and again you have to test all these things. So testing is also, even testing is not a simple thing, because my in my team, the testing people will also have a lot of works, because after completion of the development, the team will hand over all the things to the testing team. So we should have to share all the data to the testing team, and they have to test with different kind of data. Even it will go till the half of the day, according to their requirement or the data, because they need to check the data against with the database, right? So they need to check all the things. Even it is not a simple thing. And and you need to analyze the system specifications, and you have to execute the test scripts. So or you have to do all kind of testings, regression testing. So like this, around the 6 types of testing was are there. So for testing a product or any applications, you have to do all this type of all types of testings. So for this, you should have to use a different kind of methodology for testing. So for example, before launching this WhatsApp or Instagram, even there they have a different kind of testing team. So 4 level of testing team will be there. They will test with different kind of data, whether it is working fine after installing, whether it is suited for Android app, and as well as it is suited to the Apple or iPhone. So they have to test in a different platforms also, not in a different method. So different method means black box, white box regression, and as well as they have to check in a different browsers also, because one will work in a Chrome browser and it will not work in a Firefox or Internet Explorer. It should not be like that. It should support for all the browsers also. Okay. So you have to and then so as I said earlier, it should be expertise in agile frameworks and regression testing. So you have to expert in, or you have some knowledge in the testing part. So what are all the testings available, and how, in which way it should we have to do, like this and all you have to do. So for testing, we have some tools called Qtest, Zipfire, and Selenium. Nowadays, Selenium is it is an automation tool, and that Selenium can be used with programming called either with Java or Python or React. So for all the programming languages, the Selenium will support. So like that, your product also support for all the test cases. So it should satisfy all the test cases. So for example, you are going to add two numbers. So it should accept both positive as well as negative, one positive and one positive or one negative number. So in all the test cases, it should work, right? If it does not work for the negative values, then the product is obviously waste. So we have to destroy, or else we have to build it from the scratch. So like this and all, you have to analyze while doing testing. And another thing is you have to understand the SDLC life cycle. So software development life cycle. So this is one of the first thing you have to study, or you have to do while testing the applications. So okay, so this is another IT jobs without coding is a QA tester. Okay, right. Yeah. Then another thing is UI or UX designers. There is another job title called UX designers. So their ultimate aim is to design a software or platforms to meet their user requirements. For example, I have some requirements for that. First, they need to design some app or web applications. So for example, take an example of WhatsApp. So if the design is not good, will the people will whether the people will install in the Android mobile, and will they use? No, right? So the design should be also user friendly and in a catchy way. Then take another example of Instagram or Facebook. If the design is not good, will the people will use? No, right? So the designing is also another one important thing in the IT part. So you have to interact with the model. So it should be in a catchy way. So while designing, you have to think you are also going to use that, whether it is attracting you. If it doesn't attract you, will you use? No, right? So think in that way. So while designing, always think from your side as well as from the customer perspective or client perspective. Because if it is working in this way or it looks like in this way, will you use? Like first thing you have to question yourself whether we will use first, if it is look like, no, right? So again you have to change the design. So you have to practice lot of things for designing. So for that we have different tools called Photoshop or Figma kind of tools are available, and another one is Canva is also an available for designing. And you have to conceptualize the designs. So design should attract others. That's the one thing you have to keep that in your mind. Okay. And the design should, so according to that design, the developers will work according to their logics. Okay. They will implement all the logics in your designs. So you have to think in that way. So for example, taken WhatsApp also. So first thing we have to install, and some people will put a lock even for opening gallery or WhatsApp, or even for opening the mobile also. So then after that, it will enter into their WhatsApp and you're going to chat. So that UI looks the first thing chat and then status part, and then we can go for the call, like audio call or video call with your people. So the design looks good, or else the people will not use. Even for the Instagram. So how the UI looks. So first thing you're going to post some pics, and it will show to the other users, and we have to put the like for the particular videos or reels or to the post, and your highlight part, everything is an UI. So your profile grid is available right in Instagram. So for everything there is a different UI for your profile and your post sector and your highlights and your story sector. So everything is a UI. If the UI is not good, the people will not use. Even Instagram has different filter options. If they don't have the filter, the people will not never ever use this Instagram. So think in that way. So what are all the skills needed for the UX designers is understanding of web technologies. Yes. For that, you have some basic knowledge of HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So this is not a coding, right? So HTML, CSS, JS is not a coding. It is it is also a designing tag. So you're going to design something. So for designing, you have to understand some basic things in tags and how it looks like. So the coloring, their animation things all comes in the CSS, and your web application should respond, right? So that response, all the things should be implemented using so JavaScript. So you have to analyze you should have some basic knowledge in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and knowledge in Adobe XD, Photoshop, and Figma, and Canva tool, and fluency in different software platforms. You would have to use with the different platforms like different OS like Windows, Linux, Unix, because nowadays the developing team will not use only the Windows OS, because in some organization they will use Linux or Unix OS only for developing. So you should have to fluent in the usage or using different platforms. Okay. So for designing, the basic things we need is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you have to understand the web technologies. Either you can use Bootstrap or else a React JS framework, like that. Okay. So this is the things needed for the UX designers. Right. I hope you are all noting it down. Suppose if you have any doubt, we will clarify at the end of this session. Fine. Yes. One of the finest thing is AWS solution architecture. So nowadays, every people is learning AWS. That actually we no, there is no coding on this AWS, because even I was worked in AWS in my first company. Because it in AWS there is a lot of services out there, like S3 and using Python. There is one services available, and cloud. All the things are different. Around 50 plus services are available in the AWS. So you can learn AWS courses also. What you have to going to do is, you have to redirect to the URL, and for that you need to pay to get the credentials. That is only one small disadvantages in the AWS courses. you have to pay for the credentials because you are going to access the data which is stored in the cloud. So you have to get access, right? So to get access, you have to pay different kind of payment is available. So if you pay one amount, you can access only the small thing. So if you pay something extra, you can access some more services. So according to the payment, you can access the services available in the AWS cloud. So that responsibilities, it includes you have to scale all the data, like you have to uh, analyze and you have to maintain all the data. And if there is an issue also, you can resolve those issues easy. So finding solution is for a particular issue is easy in AWS, and that is risk is very minimizing because we are not going to use any third party platforms. Only we are directly going to access the exact AWS URL only, because we are paying some amount to the AWS, right? So there is no risk for using this AWS. And proper implementation of infrastructure and architecture. So you have to understand all the things. So how it is working and how it is producing the result to the developers or while testing, and whether it is the business goals are meeting or not. So you have to monitor all those things. So if you are going to study or AWS, it's a very good option. You can start learn AWS. Okay, that I'm very sure you can study any AWS courses. There is no doubt at all. So the skills you need is you have to you should have the ability or you have the knowledge of all the services to use. So for that you have to study and you have to pay some amount and you have to access all those things with the help of credentials, and you have to get to know how it is working, all the services. That is the only skill needed for the AWS, and the company is paying heavy some amount, extra amount when compared with developers or testers for the AWS peoples. And it includes the services like SNLs. So like this, you have to study. Then IAM, that is one of the services also available in the AWS. And scripting language, you have the basic knowledge of scripting languages like Bash and PowerShell, because in some services you have to use the command prompt. So for that, you have to study some of the commands under Bash or any PowerShell scripting languages. And another thing is you have to fluency in using any kind of, other than Windows, you have to use any OS like Linux, Unix, Ubuntu, or any of the OS. You should know. So only these are the minimal skills you are needed for AWS courses or AWS solution architect. So this is also one of the good courses in the IT sector. Here there is no coding. I'm damn sure it doesn't have any coding, because I have worked in the AWS thing while in the testing or in the development time. So it was there is no coding. So you can study these courses also and you can get a job sure. So this is another one is without coding is AWS. So next one is, yeah, search engine optimization. So SEO specialist. I think some people will came to hear about this word, SEO, search engine optimization. So you have to analyze the website and you have to test, and you have to increase your web traffic. So for example, what SEO people will do is, for example, you are working in any organization. Obviously, every organization having specific URL for their organization. So sometimes we will Google some things, right? So if we have any doubt, just we have enter their query in the Google and we will check, right? So at the time we will having n number of suggestions, some websites. For example, if you are going to study about the HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, assume that. And if you are going to study about, or if you have any doubt in the JavaScript, obviously you will analyze. So you have to clarify those doubt and right. So you will check, but at the time we will get n number of results. But only some specific website will appear in the first, right? So for example, java.tpoint.com or W3 skills, W3 schools will appear in the first. Why it is coming first? Why other websites are showing at the end? Because everything, why it is appearing first is because of the SEO specialist. What they will do is they will do some strategies and it will appear the link in the first ranking. So the ranking, we can call it as, we will call it as a ranking. So if the website is appearing as a first or second, it is called as a ranking. So they'll do some strategies under the back end by analyzing the algorithms, and it is appearing the first. So that if the link is appearing first, every time the people will not search at the end. They will find the solution in the first link. So if I'm having any issue, obviously I will search and I will directly go into the first website, right? Because okay, it is appearing first means obviously there is a solution only the people mindset. So I will obviously go into that first website and I will analyze whether there is any solutions or not. So the SEO what will do is they will increase their web traffic for their specific organization. Because if if all the peoples, for example, every day if thousands of people so visited your website, your organization website, then obviously it is a website traffic, right? So that the things SEO people will do. Okay, so they have to analyze or understand some algorithms to do this. For this, you no need any coding part. Okay. So you have to understand the strategic. So you have to implement that strategic to result ranking of your website. So it is appearing first, second, or third. So within first five ranking means, so you obviously the all those organization has used SEO. Okay, that's why that link is all appearing in the first. So you have to work with marketing teams so that, and as well as with the content team, because if the website content is good, obviously the people will, more people will look your organization URL. If the content is not good, even though you have a solution, if the content is not good, the people will not get into that website, right? So you have to work with marketing team as well as with content team for the SEO friendly content. Then uh, so you have to monitorize the performance. So how many people has visited, whether it is whether the strategy has implemented or not. All those things you have to analyze with the help of tools called Google Analytics. Even some of the tools have also available, but mostly the what people will use is Google Analytics, so that they can analyze how many people has visited at what time our website has busy time, because for particular time the people will frequently use that specific site. For example, WhatsApp every time. So that is a survey called for every minute around 70,000 or 1 million peoples are logging into the WhatsApp. That is one kind of survey is available. So like that. So at what time the busy time, even Google or sorry, Facebook has this kind of analytics. So in this particular time, this kind of people has been using or logged in WhatsApp, and this is the most busy time. So for example, evening 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock, because that is a free time for everyone, right? Even for some people going for a job, so they will free after 6 o'clock. Then at the time, obviously, the network traffic is very vast. So at the time, people is logged in more when compared with morning or afternoon time. So like this, you have to analyze. So you have to understand all these metrics, and according to this, you have to implement some strategy to increase more. Okay, this is one of the uh, non-coding is SEO. Okay, so skills you need is in-depth knowledge of algorithms. Yes, because without algorithms, the website should not appear in the first or second or third. So you have to understand that algorithms. So for that algorithms, should I need to understand the coding? No, obviously no. So algorithm is different, coding is different. Okay. And basic understanding of designs. So the web traffic or website is appearing first, right? So you have to understand the design so that you can implement some different strategies. And yeah, the tools you should know is you have to proficiency in Google Analytics. So with that only you can get the report and you will be submitting that report to your organization. So you have to know with the Google Analytics and then Google Search Console. These are all the SEO tools. You should be in proficient with the usage of all these tools. Okay. Okay, fine. Then next one is IT support specialist. So I think from this name you came to know IT supporter. So you are going to support to your team or your organization or your client. Yes. So for this, for support, you don't need, seriously no need any coding. Only you have to know how this software or suppose in some organization they have different kind of tools like Power BI or Tableau or Talent or cloud computing like that. If they having all these tools, you have to know how this tool is working. You have to know from scratch. And if they found any issues, you have to troubleshoot their errors and you have to find a solution. That is the responsibility of the IT sector or IT support specialist. So for this, you don't need any coding or any software knowledge. You don't need. You need what you need is you have to understand that tool how it is working. That technical wise, you need to know, and you have to support it. So for example, suppose if I'm using a tool called Tableau, so I am facing some issue while installing means I have joined as a fresher. Suppose I facing any issue, then you have to rectify those errors by troubleshooting. The only thing you have to know. So then IT support people, what others will do is like uh, in every organization there is a Wi-Fi connection, right? So that networking you have to check. So whether everyone have same bandwidth of or same speed, network speed. So all these things you have to check. This is a responsibility of the IT support. This is one very good job, right? So you're going to do is every time every people will not get any errors. Whenever they are getting error, they will raise the ticket and according to their requirement, you have to rectify those things. That's it. So this is also one of the easiest thing, right? So we'll see what all the skills needed for this. So it is one of the demanded skills in the data in IT sector, and you have to communicate uh, every time. Repeatedly I'm saying you have to communicate. Your communication skill is very important. Okay. So you are going to communicate with all the employees in the organization, and you have to there is a time management because they have to even they have some commitments, right? Like should have to complete the task within afternoon or within end of the day. Like that, they have also some time schedule. So if they have any issue, you should have to complete within that time. So time management and the communication skills, and then hardware and software. So, so as I said earlier, you shouldn't have aware of how the tool is working. Then why some antivirus tools. So you should know how to install and how it is working, or else if there is any issue, you have to remove those virus files. Suppose while exchanging the pen drive, obviously some laptops or system will get transfer of virus. So you should know how to remove those virus, all those things. So these are all the responsibilities and the skills needed for the IT support specialist. So even if you're the skills, so I'll be listing all the skills. So if you're interested in that skills, or you can surely learn those technology and you can uh, go for that particular job. Okay. Okay, fine. Next one is, yeah, digital marketing. This is one of the nowadays emerging thing is a digital marketing. Every business or every organization will have this marketing. So previously, in the marketing will happen through any television advertisement or newspaper advertisement, or if I know something, I will share those to some people. So through people to people communication. But now all these things get removed because of emerged technologies. So now digital marketing. So every people, even if there is a textile shop, they are believing for the digital marketing. Yes. So the digital marketing, what they will do is you have to work with SEO specialist, or like your work is related to either regarding SEO specialist or content marketers or some other related positions, or all comes in the digital marketing. So what you will do is you have to analyze and you have to implement some strategy other when compared with your competitor. For example, your textile shop, for example, you're working in an organization, obviously they'll have any competitor. So you have to implement new technology so that you will increase your organization revenue or profit, so that you will get also some increment. So you have to implement or different, you have to think different way, so that some people will think different, right? So every people will think in a unique way. So your thinking way will give your organization profit. Okay. So you have to work towards you have to increase your website traffic, and you have to provide some customers to your organizations. So your responsibility is you have to create the quality content. This is the first thing, because if the content is not good, obviously the people will not look your websites, and as well as your design. So this is the most important thing for the digital marketing, and you have to enhance SEO results by rankings. So as I said earlier, so some of the website is appearing first because of SEO algorithms. So for that, they have implemented some strategy by understanding that algorithms. So yeah, your responsibility is to develop your strategies for thinking skills or analytical skills, and then you have by implementing, suppose if the organization is going to implement your strategy, obviously you should show some results when compared with previous results. So that there should be some improvement. You should show some improvement, because at the end they will monitor, right? So whether this it is worked perfectly or not, so like that they will check, they will analyze. So you should show some improvement, so like that your strategy should work. So another thing is digital marketing is also very good in IT sector for non-coders. So next one is product manager. So for this, you no need of any experiences. If the skills, if you have that skills, and if the organization has know about your skills, they will hire you. Okay. So you have to implement your product, I mean your organization products, and it should show some results for the customers. So what the product manager will do is, so I have developed a new product called any new phone brand called iPhone or OnePlus. It should reach more customers than the previous brand, and it should show some good result or some good metrics to the when compared with previous brand. So you have to promote your product. That's the responsibility and skills needed for the product manager. So to improve the report or to improve the results or growth, obviously you need communication. So whatever you're going to choose, every time you need a communication. Your communication skills should be strong. Okay. And finally, as I said earlier, strategy. So for if the product should, the people should use the product, and obviously there is some strategy. So nowadays everyone are using WhatsApp. Uh, Why? Because through WhatsApp everyone is communicating. That is also one of the strategy, right? Obviously without communication. So previously we have called, so like landline mobile phones, we have dialed some numbers and we have to talk, but it will not movable. So we should not carry wherever we go. So that's why mobile phone has implemented. So that is one strategy. So we can take that mobile phone wherever we are going. So that is also a strategy. And WhatsApp, everyone is are using. Why? Because everyone are sharing their information. That is also a strategy. So like that, if your organization has any product, so you have to think in that way. Your strategy should reach more people so that you can show some growth to your organization and it should result in a good positive way. So product manager, for this also you no need of any coding, because the development team is going to develop that product. You are just going to market it to different peoples. That is your role. Okay. Fine. Next, IT project manager. So nowadays in IT sector, different designations are available: junior, senior, so junior developer, seniors developer, senior specialist, then team leader, then manager, project manager, everything. So if they reach the project manager, obviously they will not do work in the coding part. So you will also will not work in the coding if you are hired as a project manager. What you will do is you will get the requirements from your client. For example, I am your client means I will share some of the requirements. So you have to gather all those requirements and you have to share it to the your particular team. For example, there is a three teams called the development team for under different technologies like Java, Python, and React. So according to the requirement, you have to first analyze that requirement. So you have to think which team is suited and which team will work fast. So like that, you have to analyze and you have to share those requirements to that particular team, and you have to make them to complete that in a time by executing successfully. So for that, you have to work with the different team members. So your communication, again, I am saying your communication will work. It should work. If you didn't communicate properly, anything will not work. So if you have proper communication with the team and if you have a good rapport, so obviously they will share all the things and they will complete that work on time. Okay. So this is your task if you have hired as a project manager. Okay. Fine. Next one is technical writer. So technical writer, what they will do is, uh, so for example, in your organization, obviously they will have some website. So every organization have website. So if the content is good, the people will see that website and they will contact you. So how the content will come? Did you analyze or did you think how this website have this kind of content? So this content, everything will comes from the technical team. So they will write some content for the website and for blog and some any kind. If they have, even they have to analyze and they have to write, because they should be good in grammar. That is one thing, because their content is going to post in a website and every people or millions of people will see this website. So obviously they must good in grammar and depth analysis of any topic. Then only they can write, right? So before you are going to write some essays under one topic, you have to analyze. For example, globalization means first you have to understand what is globalization. Then only you can write up to 2 pages, right? At least. So without analyzation of anything, a technical writer who couldn't able to write content, they will not even willing to write the content for that websites. So in that analysis is needed for the technical writer. So you should be, as well as you should be good in writing and good in grammar. This is the skills you need for to become a technical writer. So for this, you no need of any coding knowledge is required. Okay. Then content marketing manager. So content marketing. So from this name itself, you will understand you are going to market something for your organization. Yes. So who people have to work for some online contents for including blogs, email. So for some product launching of some products. So if I'm going to launch any new product like WhatsApp, so I have to market that to different people. Then only they will install that app and they will use. Then only I can analyze the metrics and submit the report to the organization or to my higher authority. And to they have to write some content for the website pages or social media pages like Facebook and Instagram. So for that and all, you have to write some content and you have to market. That is the one thing. So for marketing, obviously communication. So repeatedly, I'm saying you should be strong in communications. So you also have some people will be writing some content as a blog under one topic, like any general topic. I- If the content is good, the people will read till the end. It is if it is not good, even they will skip from the first paragraph itself. Then emails. So sometimes we'll be getting some emails as a even as a email marketing mail. Like if you have searched for any product, like if you have searched any branded mobiles, next day you will get an email, right? So for that, if the content is good, we'll obviously will look that email. Otherwise, we'll delete it. So your content should reach more people. Okay. So then you have to write under various topics for copywriters, video editors, graphic designers, etc. So the technical writer is also a good thing, and the content marketing is also a good one. So for the last week, I had offline training. I went to one college. So at the time, they have a drive in that college. This happened in the last week. So in that college, they have told to students to fill some Google forms. So one student showed me that, ma'am, there is two options. What options I have to choose? So they have different titles called business development associate and technical analyst. Ma'am, which one I should choose and which is suitable for they are the EC department students. Even if you're going to apply, even I'm sharing now, right? So this is very much uh, short only because I have filtered some only some informations for you. Even there is some different non coding jobs are available other than this. So you have to analyze it. So even some organizations will have different requirements for according to their job title. Okay. So according to the job title, their skills and their requirements will get varied. So before applying for a job, you have to analyze all these things. So I will explain all those things at the end. So first things you should have to understand what all the things we have needed and what all the skills we need to develop for this. Okay. Fine. Then web analyst specialist. So it is also same like SEO specialist. So what SEO will do is they will analyze and they have to improve their ranking for their websites. This people will also do for their specific organizations to increase their web traffic and email click through rates. So for example, if we get any email as an advertisement, sometimes people will not click, but some people will look into that email what that email advertisement is regarding. So for example, if I search any new branded mobiles, the next day itself I'm getting a mail, not as a direct message, as a mail email marketing. So uh, if I click that link or click that mail, even it is notified by that specific organization. Okay, they have checked they have clicked that our email link. So like that, they will get notified. So you have to, if you are analyst, you have to check all these things. And social media engagement, how if you are posted any post in Instagram or Facebook, how how many people get engaged by this post, how this post has reached to how many peoples, and web traffic, how many people clicked this picture or clicked to our profile. Like all these things in different way you have to analyze, not only by post. You have to check in a different way to check or to analyze the report and to submit the report to your higher authority. Okay. And then from this analyzation, or else by implementing your strategy, you have to obviously will provide some report, right? So from that report, you have to analyze how many it will get converted into leads. For example, if you are searched any courses, if you're going to study any courses, obviously you will need some institution, right? So for example, if I'm having institution, some people has surfed about my institution in the Google. So I have take that report from the Google. So from that report, I have to think in a different way, how many people will get convert into lead. Like if 50 people get searched, how many people will join in my institution? So like that also the web analysis people will have to do. Okay. For this, you require sharp analytical skills. Your analyzation skills must be strong. Your communication is secondary. Your analyzation skills must be strong. So that only you can analyze in a different way, because you are implementing any new strategy means. So you have to think in a different way. You have to think from your point of view. So if I'm a customer, how I will be looking, like that and all you have to. So this is a work of web analyst specialist. Then technology journalist. Okay, fine. So technology journalist means what they have to do is they have to research some of the topic, and they have to submit the reports. For example, which technology is emerging nowadays, like that they have to analyze, and they have to research, they have to do some research why this technology has increased when compared with previous days. Like that they have to research from scratch to the end, and finally from that analyzation they have to create a report to the management. And you can work for not only for a single organization, you can work for multiple organization as a journalist, because in whatever the organization may be, you are going to analyze, you are going to research, right? For example, you can work for any private publications or online magazines. So for example, if you're working for two or online magazines, so they'll give some topics, so you have to research that topic and you have to write some content, and it will get published in that magazines. So you can work for multiple peoples as a technology journalist. What journal people will do, even the reporters, television reporters, they will go for different places and they will gather all the newses, uh, what all the things happening over the world, and they will share those as a report in a news channel. Like this the journalist will do, right? The same thing you are going for a technology, they are doing for a worldwide, you are going in a technology wise. So you can analyze the Java technology, and you had to research it. So where it started, and what are all the companies using Java technology, and why some people quitted this technology. So like that you have to do some research and submit the reports. See, all these designations, you no need of any code. You just what is more important skill need is your analytical and critical thinking skills. That is the only thing needed, and your communications. Okay, so repeatedly, I'm saying your communications should be strong. And the technology journalist, what will do is they will attend different conferences regarding their technology, and attend different events and conduct the interviews. Like they will interview some of the CEOs, and it is also a journalist only, right? They are also uh, getting conducting interviews from the different peoples, and they are analyzing or doing some research and submitting report to the peoples. So take an example of Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg. So they are all the big peoples. You can think in a like Ambani, oh, like that. So these are all the skills and primary duties of the technology journalist. Then technical recruiter. So recruiting the peoples for their organizations. Yes, yes. So if you have some recruiting skills, so for recruiting, you must be strong in that skills. Then only you can check or you can take an interview with different peoples. So for example, if I'm going to hire some people for a Python developer, first I should be strong in a Python, and I should be very strong in an answer. So whether they are saying in a correct way, or uh, whether they are suitable for the for our organization, like that different skills, first I have to. If I don't have, I'm not capable to work as a recruiter. So if you have this kind of skills, you can also work as a recruiter for your organizations. So you have to hire some people for their job titles. So your organization will hand over some requirements. So you have to check whether these skills or the candidates having these skills or not. Like that, they have to do. So this is a primary duty of technical recruiter, and they have to understand their responsibilities first of all before doing conducting an interview. They have to their responsibility should be very strong, and their communication skills. If you have strong communication, you can also check whether these people have the strong communications or not. Like that, you can. So you can also work as a technical recruiter if you have this kind of skills. Then system administrator. So what the system administrator will do? They work as regarding networks and computer hardwares, like that, like installing and maintaining the softwares and network routers, cables. So as I said earlier, so for example, if I'm having an organization, in my organization, 100 people are working. So 100 for 100 peoples, I have to place some around 2 to 3 Wi-Fi's. So from that, they have to access that access the internet connections. So the bandwidth should be the same. So everything should be maintained over the system administrator will do. Either IT support or system administrator will do all these things. So they have to check whether is there any issue in the networking, or whether the cables are working properly. Like that and all, they have to analyze and they have to do. So it is regarding like something like a hardware and network related. This is a task of system administrator. Suppose if you have some interest in the hardware part, like assembling the networking hardware part, you can work as a system administrator. So they'll also help employees to troubleshoot their technical issues and to find the solutions. So you can work as I said earlier, at the time I said, right? So IT support specialist. Either you can work as an IT support or else system administrator. So that is your wish according to your interest or your skills. Okay. Yeah, next one is SAP consultant. So SAP, this is also one of the things nowadays. I am also hearing this word frequently nowadays, but I'm not worked much with or interact with this technology. But I'm also heard about this SAP word. So what the people will do is they have to find a solutions for their so so without coding means obviously your duty is to you have to analyze, and you should have to provide some solutions to your organization by thinking in a different strategy. You have to implement some different strategy. That is a task of you. So for that, you no need any coding part. Okay. And you have to increase your current organization growth, and you have to show some improvement based on either regarding staffing, like hiring some peoples, or in a financial way, or in a technological way. Suppose in that organization, if they are using only Python, You can implement some strategy, and they can use AWS, SAP, or else any other technologies like cloud computing. Like that also, they can increase their growth in this different ways. This is a task of the SAP consultant. Okay, so you are going to give some suggestions, or to give some strategy. You are going to some implement some strategy to your organizations based on these all these things: staffing, financial, and technologies. This is duties of SAP. So note on all these topics, sorry, and job titles. Then web analytics. So maybe the work is all same. I mean, the task is same. From the word itself, you came to know you are going to analyze something. Maybe that the primary duty or responsibility the same, but the job titles are different. So if the job titles are different, obviously your requirement or your task is also may vary according to their organizations requirement or need of the client need. But what you are going to do is you are going to improve your organization's web traffic. So for to improve that, obviously you are going to implement some strategy, and you have to show some increasing or improvement of growth by analysis. The tools called Google Analytics, by metrics, by doing metrics. Okay. Then information architect. So it is somewhat technical things. They are part of they have to work with work as a team for websites or to develop any product or applications. So like that, they have to work. These are duties or responsibilities of the information architect. Okay, these are till this. What all the things I have filtered out for you, and these were all some other non-IT jobs also available other than this. If you are asking means networking. So if you are interested in networking, you can choose that career also. For that, you no need of any coding knowledge required. Then hardware, like assembles of different hardware parts. So if you are interested in doing that, you can choose. Then you can learn. I'm repeatedly saying you can surely learn about AWS courses. So because around there is a 40 plus courses services are available in the AWS. So you can learn, and it is an emerging technologies also in AWS, and as well as cloud computing also. You can learn all these things. Then hacking. Yeah, hacking actually I will not encourage, but I am telling hacking is also available. But for that, some basic coding is needed because then only because hacking is based on the commands. Only the hacking people will do. So for that, basic coding is required. If you know already some small basics, if you are interested, you can learn hacking also. Okay, fine. So I have shared all the non-IT, I mean non-coding IT jobs. So you may ask questions like, okay, you have shared all the job opportunities available in the IT sector, but what are all the salary packages? So because at the end, every people obviously people will need money, right? So the salary range will get vary. I'm not sure about because every organization will have different kind of salary range. So you can approximately I will say around 10 to 15 LPA according to your requirement and according to your organization standards. Their salary range will vary. Okay. So you can choose according to that what in which company you are going to work. So you have to analyze that. So but surely you can get a lot when compared with developers. You will also get good package only. Okay. Fine. Okay. So how to search? Okay. So there is some of the professional platforms are available to applying for a job. Suppose there is some of the websites called LinkedIn. So LinkedIn also saying you have to install this app in your mobile, and you have to create a profile by your skills, and you have to, it is a professional platform. It is not like a normal WhatsApp chat. It is a very very professional platform. I am also using. So you'll be connecting with a number of people. So for that, your headlines or your job titles. So after installing, you'll be giving all your details, your name, your job titles, or what are the skills you know. So according to this, LinkedIn also will suggest, and you'll be connecting with more peoples. Like even you can connect with some different recruiters. So you can share or you can start chat with them, and you can share your resume. So if they have any requirements, they will connect with you. So LinkedIn is also one of the good platform to search a job or apply for a job, or you can increase your connections. You can communicate with different peoples in LinkedIn. Okay. So you can, because you can directly communicate with particular people. That is one of the advantages in LinkedIn. Like Facebook or WhatsApp, LinkedIn also you can communicate directly with the particular people. Suppose if you are connecting with recruiter, you can directly chat or you can talk with that recruiter. Then Indeed. So it is one of the job portals. Indeed, Naukri.com, Internshala. These are all the uh, job portals. You had to register in that website, and you had to upload your resumes, and according to some of the organization requirement, they will reach out to you. And if you also see any requirement, you can apply for that job. And Indeed, more than Naukri, Indeed is a well good platform, because in that some organization, they will give directly their email IDs or their contact number will be there. Then Internshala. Then another one is Jobs for Her. This website is only one and only for the girls and the women. So even if the girls having some gap, for example, they have worked 4 years, then after some gap, if they want to again work in IT sector, this website is working. This is very well suited for them. Jobsforher.com. They will be posting all the requirements only for the girls. Even if you have the job gap, they will hire you. It is also like a job portals. Then Glassdoor, Upwork, Hirist.com. These are all the job portals. What you have to do is you have to register in that website, and you have to upload your resumes to, and your resumes also should be in a neat way, because in some organization, and they will filter people in after seeing the resume. Suppose if they are there is a two only one five positions, means for that five position, obviously 50 peoples will apply. Assume that 50 peoples are applying for that 50, sorry, five positions. They will filter only 10 peoples from that 50 resumes, because your resumes will not look good, means they will not look your websites. So as I said earlier, if your content is not good, obviously the people will not see your website. So like that, if your resumes or your skills is not match, obviously they will not look into your resume. Obviously they will reject your resume. Even you will not uh, clear the first level of filtering. So your resume should also speak for you. So you should be very strong in creating your resumes or preparing your resumes. Okay. So make sure your skill set. Okay. Your skills also should speak, because if you have pointed out all the skills, and if they ask the questions, if you don't know, then for you also waste of time. For them also, it's a waste of time. So if you don't know, should not add in your resume. If you know very well, then only you will add in your resume. Okay. Okay, fine. This is till now I have shared all the things what I know. So if you have any queries or any doubts, you can ask. I will clarify those things.
Guys, if you have any query or question, please put in the chat box or else you can unmute yourself. I'm giving you the access.
Yeah, ma'am. I just want to know. I'm from non-IT background. I have done my graduation in BSc Biotechnology. So, which field is very good for me if I want to enter an IT field, and it is very easy for all me to learn.
Okay, fine. So you're from biotechnology. Fine. You can work as so I have showed some of all the job titles, right? So if you're having, you only know, right? I have this kind of skills. So from the skills I have listed out, you can what I can say. So according to your skill set or your interest, you have to choose. What I suggest is like. You can go for what is like mm, data analyst is very good because you had to for that data analyst you have to study about the tools called Tableau or Power BI. So that is well and good. Uh, or else like Scrum Master. These are then technical writer. If you are good in writing, you can go for technical writer, or else you can choose either Scrum Master or data analyst. It's like that. Or else if you are
Okay, ma'am.
interested in,
So,
yeah,
yeah, I'm saying data analyst course is easy for non-IT candidates. I mean, in this field, data analysis, there is some coding also, or it is non-coding job. And
non-coding job.
from which platform I can learn this skill? From which platform
Okay,
if I want to learn this?
okay. And the things which I have shared till now is everything is a non-coding job only. Uh, for platform you can learn is you can first of all you can watch some YouTube videos regarding this Tableau tool or Power BI. Watch some YouTube videos. Uh, so from that they will have some hands-on also. So parallelly you will also do hands-on. So instead of studying, hands-on is very well very good good things, because if you don't know how to use, then it's waste of time only. So you can learn with any whatever the technology you are learning, do with hands-on. So for hands-on you can watch YouTube videos. um so the channel names I don't know. Okay, watch some YouTube videos. You know, right? So it is very easy to understand for me. Like that, if you prefer, if you feel any website, sorry, any channels, you can watch all the videos from that. So from the YouTube channels, you can do hands-on also.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, if I watch the YouTube video for data analytics course, so from that platform I will not get any certificate, right? So if for example I have learned all the videos from that channel for data analytics, and then I will start to finding jobs. So company requires some certificate also, or if I just mention the skills, so can I also get job without any certification?
Yeah, without any certifications also nowadays company is hiring people. What they will do is they will check your skills, whether you can able to do it or not. Certification is like entry point. So it is not mandatory. But if you are doing any AWS courses, you have to certification is very must.
Okay, so it means if when I learn all the skills from the YouTube video, then I just have to enter that skills in my resume,
Yes.
and that's it, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Because they will check only your skills. So no issues of they will not check whether do you have any certificate or not, like that. Because if you
Okay,
do,
okay.
if
So
you want to
it
do,
means
you have
yeah,
to pay some amount for certifications. Even if you
yeah, right,
pay
right.
around 40,000 or 50,000, I'm not sure whether it is a uh, I'm not very sure about job, whether they will provide a job or not.
Placement
So
assistant, all right.
Shahid,
Yeah,
Yes.
right, right.
I have one suggestion for you.
Okay.
So our industry expert will connect with you and they will help on the same.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay. Okay, thank you so much.
So one person, anything related to data governance. Data
काय
governance. Okay.
नऊ
Some
10 ते 5-6 वाजेपर्यंत काय करायचं बिनिंगचा ट्रक आहे मग त्या ट्रकला जाता 50.
Guys, if you have any query or question, then only unmute yourself, or else don't unmute, please. Abhinaya, you can unmute now, as I muted all the participants.
okay, sir. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
One thing. 1 minute. So some people have texted in chat box. So I'm
Okay.
reading that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So one person has asked about data governance. So I'm not sure. In that, I don't have an idea. From a data analyst, I know, but this is a new term I'm hearing about data governance. Suppose you can check with some people about some people, or if they are heard about this or not, or if they work under this, you can check with them.
Yeah, so for such a questions, our industry experts are going to connect with you. So for that, we are going to share one career counseling and career guidance form with you guys. I am sharing in the chat box. So for further queries, please fill that form. Our industry expert will connect with you for your career guidance. Okay. So I already shared that form in the chat box. Please fill that form. Yeah, Vinay, you can continue now.
Okay. So another one is studying BE computer science, computer engineering second year. Okay. So what's best career in future? Future means so every time IT technology will change according to their emerging technologies. So we will not fix this is the one best career, this is the one best. So everything is good only. Personally, guide you can reach out to Amar sir. So we'll see. So now what I'll suggest is if you are interested in coding, you can learn Python. So Java is little difficult. If you are still have an interest, you can learn Python. Or else, if you don't have an interest in learning coding, so I have suggested some of the job titles, right? So you can uh, search or you can study regarding that. You can study some of the tools regarding data engineering or data science. So this is also one of the booming or emerging technologies. Big data, data science, data engineering, machine learning, all these things. So don't get much confused. Now only you are in second year, right? So obviously you will get in some 1 point in some time. So what is the fees for digital marketing and course duration? I don't know about the fee structure. Course duration is around 15 days to 1 month, it seems like, for digital marketing. Okay. How can I get into SAP consultant field? SAP consultant.
So there is a one question for me. I am completed MBA in
Okay.
business analysis. Which company or professional suitable to me?
Sorry.
So Rohit, actually, can you elaborate your question? Which company means I also didn't get. Rohit, please elaborate your question.
Hello,
Yes, Rohit.
ma'am. I am completing MBA in business analysis. Uh, so, which profile suitable for me or company you suggest?
So you can work
Hello.
as a business. You can work as business analyst or data analyst or in an analyst job designation. So the skills you need is you need to know the for analyzation. I have suggested some tools, right? So you have to study all the tools like 1 minute. So you have to study about the Tableau or Power BI or Hadoop technology. So these and all the tools. There is no any coding part required for this. Then and you have to be uh, your analytical thinking must be good and your communication skills and database study any learn any database like MySQL or Oracle. So any database, so you have to be very strong. So these are the things I can suggest. And company that you have to do because uh, every company will have different requirements and different times. So that's why. So regarding course fees and the trainings, that depends upon the different consultancy that I don't know. So every some institute will get pay or will offer some fee, and some will pay or some will have different kind of course fees. After BSc ethical hacking is possible. Yeah, possible. Even yes, possible. You can learn hacking, ethical hacking. But
Ma'am,
ethical hack.
someone is asked in the meeting chat, skills required to learn SAP, from which platform I can learn SAP. So please can you
SAP.
answer that question?
Okay,
Yes,
fine,
ma'am.
fine. How can I get into SAP consultant field? Maybe I can check with any some of my friends and I'll share to either Ammar sir because even for me it is a new thing about SAP consultant. So I need to analyze about that lot. So I'll share about this later. Okay.
So guys, if you have any other query question, please drop in the chat box. Our business manager, Mr. Sharath, is there, so he will guide you.
I have completed MCOM in accounting. Which course is best for me? SAP business analyst. Yeah, whatever course you're interested, you can learn without coding. So this is the one you need to study. This is the one you need to study like that and all. There is no restrictions. So if you have interest and thirst, you can choose any courses. Even you can choose the AWS. There is no connections for accounting and AWS. There is no connecting for analyst and accounting. So that is no need to think in that way. If you have interested, you can learn any courses. So best course after graduation, BCom, CA. My best suggestion is you can go and work in a CA. Even it is a very, very, very precious courses. I came to heard BCom CA. Still you want to learn or you want to move in an IT, I can suggest this. You can choose any of the analysts or Scrum Master course or AWS. You can learn. For AWS, you have to pay some fees, pay some amount, then only you can able to study or choose that one. How to prepare for internship? So prepare for internship. So you can approach any companies. Okay. Or else you can Google some of the companies which is providing internship and you can reach out to them or else share your resume to them. If there is any contact number, you can directly contact them and talk with them. I want to do, I'm interested in doing internship in this technology. Would you do like that? You have to approach some different companies. Or else if you are having any friends or relatives who are working in the IT companies, you can check with them. Even they know some companies. because you are all the peoples from different regions. So I don't know in your regions. That's why I didn't suggest you. So you can refer some of things.
Okay,
Uh,
thank you, ma'am.
yeah. Which course should I go for after BSc CS with no coding record but have good future? Data analyst. Analyst is a good one. I can surely say either business analyst or data analyst. You can choose analyst one. And AWS is also a good one. You can choose any of the things. Platform to learn UI or UX designing. Like, okay. So with hands-on, if you want to learn, always I suggest is just watch YouTube videos and do with hands-on. So they will do hands-on, right? So at the time also you have to, they will suggest some of the softwares or IDEs. You have to install that and start doing parallelly while doing hands-on. So for basic definitions, you can study, but for hands-on, obviously you have to watch some YouTube videos, or else if you are having any seniors or any friends who are working in that UI or UX designing, you can get help with them after you have learned something, some basics, because then only they will guide you. So to improve your skills. So whatever technology you want to learn, always choose watch some YouTube videos with hands-on. Hands-on is very much important because after studying that course, you will be going to apply a job in an organization. At that time, they will check your skills. So if you don't know how to do or how to work, if you don't know hands-on, obviously it based. Which course should I choose after my graduation? BMS. Actually, what is BMS? I don't know. Can you elaborate it? What is BMS?
So one question.
Yeah.
So Pratik is saying now I am working as a system and network administration and I have 4+ years experience. Now for
Okay.
my great future, please suggest me a course as a non-coder. So Pratik,
Okay.
in such case, you can go for data analyst. So as a ExcelR, we are providing data analyst course as well. And in data analyst, we are covering advanced Excel, Power BI, Tableau, and MySQL. And little bit coding is there, be like Python and basics of statistics. So you can go for data analyst or business analyst. It will help you for your future. Guys, anything else? Any query question? Please drop in chat box or else unmute yourself.
Wait. They are sending, sir. Wait. Bachelor in Management Studies. Okay, it is like management course, right? So management, you can learn about Scrum Master, or if you are interested in testing, you can study about the testing, or even testing have manual as well as automation. You can choose automation testing, but for that you need some basics coding for automation, because I have handled an online batch for automation. um, if you are then SEO specialist or else digital marketing for BMS. Which profile is having good future and package with programming? Python. Good future with programming means nowadays Python and machine learning, data science, data engineering. This is a good feature. Package for data, I don't know your regions, right? So in Tamil Nadu, what the package will for Python or machine learning means, initially as a fresher, they will be providing, if it is a startup, 30,000, 30K they are providing in Indian amount. The package will vary. I'm saying the 30,000 is per month. So maybe it around 3 to 4 LPA. So if it is a big MNC, obviously they will provide up to 7 to 8. Which profile is having the future and package with program, which is better cybersecurity and Python developer, which is easy to learn. So, so if you are interested and good in programming, you can go for Python development. So for Python developer, you have to learn basics and advanced, and they have some libraries called NumPy, pandas, like that, and all they'll be having. So you have to study about that. Then any one of the frameworks like Django or Flask, some of the frameworks are available in Python. You can learn anyone. But my frequently the organization companies that are asking is about Django framework. And if you're little lag in program, then you can go for cyber security.
Now, I just want to know in data analytics course, is there also some coding required for to learn this course, or it's a completely non-coding course?
For which one? Cyber security you're asking?
Data analytics. You said no, it is a non-coding
Then
course you can
yes,
learn.
yes, 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 yes.
So it is totally non-coding course, or it some requires some coding also
Yeah,
in data
can I,
analytics.
can I answer for this?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah. So, see, actually, the first thing you have to understand one thing, for a non-technical background, see, maybe most of you or a couple of you are from non-technical background people, right? So for you people, either you can go with data analytics, business analytics, digital marketing, DevOps is also there, right? When it comes to this type of courses, there is a very minimal coding will be there when I compare it to data science. So coding little bit more, and also full stack is also more, right? So for business analytics, where you can learn a lot of things for a non-technical background, right? So now you ask me what exactly is your question. Can you repeat one more time? Some Shah was a person named Shahid.
Yeah, I'm saying, sir, in
Yeah.
data analytics course, is there some coding also required
No,
to
no.
learn this course, or it's a
See,
completely non-coding course?
See, this is a minimal coding which you'll get it. See, if you're good, if you're a little bit good at mathematics, then you can go with all these things. Okay, so you can analyze all this. See, first you have to understand what is the difference between a data science and a business analytics, right? You're there?
Yes.
Right. So see, in simple, I'll tell you, data science, it is a complex study of a large amount, okay, of data. Okay, so that is
Yes.
okay. So this is the complex study of large amount of data in a company or an organization. Okay, so this study includes where the data has originated from. Okay, the actual study of this content matter and how this data can be useful for the growth of the company in the future.
Yeah, right.
So the data related to the organization is always in a two form. One is the structured and unstructured manner. Okay, when you study on this data, you'll get a valuable information regarding about the business or marketing patterns, which help the business have an edge over other competitors, since they have increased their effectiveness by recognizing pattern in the data set. Okay, so this data can be used in many sectors, like in healthcare, for example, in banking sector, okay, fraud detection, okay, or internet searching, airlines, like that. Okay, so when it comes to a business analytics or a data analytics, data analytics, it's moreover same, only one tool where they are going to cover up. Okay, so in a data analytics, it is a quite similar to a data science. Okay, in the sense that both of them involves analyzing data. Okay,
right.
So we take it a step further and focus on a step to be taken to positively affect the business after analyzing the data. Okay, hence we can say the data analytics or a business analytics, this is a study of data in a way that we are able to make decision for the business in a long term.
Okay, so sir, business analytics and data analytics is the syllabus is same for both, or
okay, see, when it comes to a business analytics and a data analytics, both are more or less same. Okay, only one extra tool you will learn in business analytics, that is a agile methodology. Okay, that is the only one. So moreover, when it comes to a work-wise, yes, almost same.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, Faisal.
Yeah. Can you brief me about DevOps? What exactly DevOps means and what does it? How does it works?
See, I can give you the complete information because we have some time restriction. We have a chat. This one in the chat box they have mentioned a form. I think Amar has mentioned. You can drop your details. My team will get back to you on this. I say I can give you the complete information. Instead, we have time restriction. That is the reason. You can drop your this one, Faisal. We'll give you the complete details regarding about the DevOps, data analytics, business analytics, what exactly it's there in data science, right? And also we have full stack development. Digital marketing is also there, right? We'll give the complete information for that.
Okay, sir.
Sure. Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Do we have ExcelR's business analytics or data analytics courses?
Sorry, I didn't get you. Come again.
Do ExcelR provide courses for data analytics?
Yes. See, we have a lot of courses. As per the industry standard, we have kept the module. Okay. See, this is not just a training. This is a hardcore training where you'll get a complete in-depth knowledge. Okay. For example, like my colleague, she said like, okay, fine. Now, see, all these things you can learn from YouTube, right? No need to invest anything.
Right.
Right. So tell me one thing. What education you are doing, Faisal? Are you pursuing or?
I completed my BSc CS.
Okay, you have completed your BSc, right? So
Yes.
BSc, a lot of modules, this thing that also you'll get it in YouTube.
Okay.
Right? That most of the information. Then why you joined a college?
No, but I can get knowledge from YouTube, but I will
You
not
can
be
get
able
it,
to
right?
ask them questions and
yeah, that is the one. Yes, correct. See, when we watch YouTube, you will get a lot of information, right? It's a theoretical knowledge where you're going to get it. Right. When it comes to a practical knowledge, obviously in YouTube, you will not get a practical knowledge because you will not work on any project.
Right.
Right. When you work on a project, for example, whatever, this is not a management certification, this is a technical certification.
Yes.
Correct. So when it comes to a technical certification, you have to invest your time here.
Right.
Correct. If you are investing your time, it's whatever you have learned, okay, that you have to implement in a project. When you work on those projects, then only you'll get an hands-on experience on those projects, right? On those tools and languages. Correct. You'll get a certification, right? More than this certification, you will get a mentor.
Right. Who will like
for
teach
example,
me
my
everything and assist me in every part.
Yes. So whatever the doubts you have, you can immediately clarify, right? So we have both the option. For example, like we have online, we have offline options. If you want classroom option, you can opt for the classroom. If you want online, yes, you can.
Offline option is good.
Yes. See, both we have. Okay. Online and
so
offline, both you will get it.
Offline, where are the classes?
See, for example, we have branches. Okay, so almost like in if you are from Pune, we have in Pune, Thane, and also in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai. Also, we have branches. Okay, so we have branches in Pune also.
So where in Pune exactly?
So Pune, drop your contact details in the this one, the career form. Okay, my team will reach out to you and they will give you the complete address. You can visit the center, then have a word. Right?
Right, obviously.
Yes, yes. Yeah, sure. Thank you, Faisal. Anyone else, guys? Amar, please help me out. Like, if any question, if they have mentioning, please do let me know.
Yeah, sure. So guys, please meanwhile fill that form, career counseling, career guidance form. And I have one more announcement. From Monday onwards, we are going to start one more program, Master in Data Science for 10 hours. Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So I am sharing that link with you. So please fill that link and get the benefit from ExcelR. Yes, this program is free of cost and you will get the certificate as well. So 60% attendance is mandatory for the certificate. That's it.
So sir, this course which you are launching from Monday, Master in Data Science. So anyone can join this course. It means or some requirement like from IT background should have.
Yes,
We
yes.
don't see. We don't have any restriction. You can attempt for the courses. The thing, right? See, whatever the courses we have, it's a 10 hours or 10-15 hours classes will be the hours classes. Okay, the basic information where you're going to get it. Okay.
So if I'm from non-IT background, so I can also learn this Master in Data Science.
Data science, right? You can join, but it will be a little bit difficult for you to understand. Being a non-technical.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Sir.
Yes, so be like next Monday we're launching a data analyst as well.
Next Monday.
Yes. So we
Okay,
share
so
that
data
information.
analytics I can join, right?
Yes, you can.
It is easy for non-IT candidate.
For
Yes.
non-IT, see, for data analytics, business analytics, it's a part of data science. Okay, so data science is a part of AI, artificial intelligence.
Yeah, right.
Okay, it's a subset of AI.
Yeah, right.
Yes, so this is one-to-one, it's a interlink. Right? Okay, so guys, anything you want to know, please do let me know. So we'll wait for another 2 or 3 more minutes. If you have any queries, then please let us know, or else we'll. Amar, is that okay? Can we wind up the session?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Abhinay and Sharath, for joining the session, and all the participants. Thank you so much once again. So we'll meet you on Monday sessions or else on next webinar. I'm sharing the link in once again in the chat box. Please fill that link. So Faisal, please drop me a WhatsApp message for the same. I will help out. Okay. I shared the message in the chat box. Please check that. So there is one question timing for Monday session, sir. So timing will be a 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Friday, and duration is for 10 hours. You're welcome. I think there is no any question, so we'll wind up for now. Once again, thank you so much, all of you. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking this session. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you all. Bye.
Bye, sir. Take care.
Yeah.